we do officially have power. I finally got a hold of something I've always wanted. I've always wanted a power bank that lets you plug in household items right into it wherever you are. So if you want to take like an Xbox with you on the road, a refrigerator, a blender, a toaster, whatever, you can plug it in here and use it up in the car. Not that it really makes sense to use a lot of these things in the car, but you know, road trip, you might as well. So we have the Enginstar portable power bank with USB, DC, and AC output. And not only does it do all that, but you can also even jumpstart your car with this thing. So it pretty much kills all the birds with one stone. First impressions, this thing has a lot of weight to it. It is portable, although I'm not sure you're gonna want to carry it around, although I guess you could throw it in your backpack if you're going for a hike or something. We are looking at a total capacity of 66.6 watt hours, so this can actually charge up most laptops to 100%. As far as input, it does charge with USB Type-C at 5 and 9 volts. We do have two USB outputs at 5 volts 3 amps and 9 volts at 2 amps. We have a DC output at 12 volts and 8 amps max, as well as an AC output at 110 volts 60 hertz. I don't know if that's hertz, I'm not an electrician, so I don't know. At 100 watts max, so that should be enough to charge up the beefiest laptops. And then we have the EC output for 12 volt vehicles, a starting current of 400 amps and a peak current of 1200 amps. So this thing really checks all the boxes. Inside we have a user manual. You know what? It's actually a bit lighter than the actual box, so there must be some other goodies inside. Oh, nice! We actually have a wire here for a cigarette lighter adapter. That's awesome. A USB-A to USB Type-C charging cable, a USB-A wall adapter, as well as the jumper cables in case you need an emergency jump. So this actually comes with everything you need. That's very awesome, and this is pretty impressive so far. So right here, take a look at this. This thing is a beefy power bank. This is probably the biggest one I've had so far, other than ones that were made to mainly jumpstart a car. This one does more than that, so that's awesome. Over here on the front we have a little display that'll let you know what's going on. We have some Enginstar branding along with two grills, which I guess are just for decoration because the holes don't actually go anywhere. Over here on this side we do have a port to plug in jumper cables, so you can easily plug in the jumper cables. And as you can see, we're already getting power. Then over on the other side we have a power button, an AC button to enable the AC port, as well as a bunch of inputs here. We have the input USB-C to charge up the power bank itself. We have two USB-A outputs, as well as the little port to plug in. Where'd it go? The cigarette lighter adapter, hey! Over here on the front we have a flashlight, which you hold down the power button. And just like that, it turns on, so you have a nice little flashlight at all times. Awesome, nice to see. As well as the AC output right under this flap. Oh yes, it's like we're at home on the go. So we already saw that the jumpers work. Cool, I don't need to test them with a car, because if I did that, I'd have to drain the Tesla battery, so it would drain the 12 volt battery, and then all that stuff. It's a nightmare, I'm not gonna go do that. So we're just gonna assume it works until we actually have an emergency, and fingers crossed that it actually works at the time we need it. But what I really wanna try out is the AC output, because that's the main reason I got this. Funny story, as I was getting my MacBook, I looked up how many watts a blender is, and it said 500, so maybe it won't work with a blender. Maybe it just won't be as powerful. I'm not sure how this works, but whatever. We got our MacBook here. I got my long cable here, USB-C to USB-C. Let me get it plugged into the power delivery port. We're gonna plug it into the AC outlet. Bam, just like that. Gotta power it on. I guess we just press the AC, or we just turn on the whole thing. Okay, we actually have 47% charge right now out of the box. Not too bad. And let's see, so AC out is on. It does display it right there on the screen. So now all we gotta do is plug it in. There we go, it's charging, so that's really awesome. We knew it was gonna charge this. I wanna try a mini fridge, because that's what I'm gonna be wanting to charge in the car. I did recently take a look at this mini fridge on the channel, so you might wanna check that out if this is something you're interested in. It's portable, can actually be used in the car as well as in a dorm, wherever you want, because it comes with a power cable for the wall as well as a power cable for the car. So we're gonna actually try out both of them with this thing right now. Gotta just plug in the cable, then we're gonna plug in the AC port, and we turn it on. And we do officially have power. It is lit up, both warm and cool. Awesome. Get it popped into here. And turn it to DC. Boom, it works. That is so cool. Look at that, you can hear it powered up already. This thing is pretty amazing. Now it's only 100 watts, which apparently isn't enough for the blender, but I mean, you could power pretty much everything else. So picture this, you're camping. You can bring your mini fridge, you can bring a fan, you can bring a little heater, I guess, to keep you warm. This thing's awesome. Maybe get a couple of them. This is basically like, it's not a generator because it's not generating power, but it's, you know, it lets you power stuff. Kind of the same thing. Oh, I almost forgot. Something cool about this, it didn't come with it, but you can actually use one of the USB ports to plug in a solar panel so it can charge this from the sun. So if you're out camping, living in the wilderness for like a week on end and you're by yourself, no electricity at all, plug in a solar panel to this, it'll keep it constantly charging, although it's gonna be kind of slow, it's kind of gonna trickle charge it, whatever, but at least you'll have some power and you can power your stuff. What? This thing does it all. So I definitely recommend this. It's working great, it's very heavy duty, does it all. It even jumps your car, like come on. This is the go-to device for everything that you could possibly need to use anywhere.